Well, happy Thanksgiving, fellow Navigators. So I'm over here working with the 57 a little bit today, and I just wanted to show you something a special tool that I just had made up. Now we're trying to take the crosshead off of the piston rod, and it's a tapered fit, and then there's this key that fits in there. It's slightly tapered, and you drive it in the hole there, and it holds everything together. Well, how do you get that apart from that? Well, it's a pretty tight tapered fit, and a lot of mechanics, sometimes they would just beat on it, and that's not a very good way of doing it, and marring up the casting like that. Well, there is a specific tool that you can use to do this that I saw a drawing of in one of the drawings from the William Todd Company for our giant rolling mill engine, and it's this here, and this is 3 parts, and they're tool steel, and what it does is that you stick this side in, and you bridge where the piston rod is, and then this end here you kind of fit it in because the piston rod, the opening is sitting over that way a little bit. Then you drive this wedge in, and what that's supposed to do is basically knock that out. So my machine shop next door just got done making this, and I'm not actually going to try it today because I'd really like to get the crosshead warmed up and clean this out a little bit before I do it. But here, I'll show you exactly how it works. So kind of fit this in here, and then you can feel there's a little bit of a depression right in there because the opening for the piston rod sits that way a little bit. And then you take this piece here and you get it in there too. Oops, and the first one's going to, and you can see it's probably going to take more than just one hand doing this, but we'll try this. Okay, don't stay there. Stay, no. All right, let's try this one last time. Okay. You locked in place? Yeah, there you are. Okay, can you stay there for a minute? No? Okay, well, this isn't going to work, I don't think. Before I had the camera out, I got this all to fit in there, and it stayed there. Maybe. And then this here fits down there like that. Gonna stay. Oh! All right. Let's try one more time. Stay. And then you get the. All right. Okay. So you get the picture. That would go in there. You drive the wedge. You'd pop this apart, and then it's a when you're not holding a camera. All right, another thing that I want to tell you guys about is that in the saddle tank of 58, you see there is a drain plug right there. Well, over the summer, I just out of my own curiosity, I decided to stick one of these up in the drain plug. Which many of you may recognize as an anode that you'd use in a water heater to help prevent corrosion inside the tank. I put it in this tank just to see what would happen. Corrosion is kind of an electrical phenomenon. And if you have what they call more noble metals like aluminum, magnesium, zinc, etc., in a solution of water along with steel, well, the noble metals, the aluminum, zinc, or magnesium will sacrifice itself and corrode away and protect the steel around it. So that's the idea with this here. Is this here is supposed to eat itself up and keep the steel from corroding. Now, I mean, it's limited as to how useful it can be, because that little piece of metal right there, I mean, what's it going to do against this entire big tank? But I was just kind of curious as to what it would actually do. Well, much to my surprise, when I pulled it out the other day, I found that is what it looks like after, I don't know, was it a full season? I think a full season of use. You can see, I mean, there's a steel rod in there, but I mean, it's just turned to dust. So, so it did provide some protection to the metal. Now, whether or not, it really did much of anything, I don't know, but it's proof of concept that now I've got several other places I can put those magnesium anodes in, and as well as getting magnesium hull anodes that you would get for boats, and put a couple of those inside the tank, and maybe that will cut down on some of the corrosion. Now, I did coat the inside of the tank, but I couldn't get all the corners. There's only so much you can access from the top, and so it doesn't provide the best protection. But and I know that at some point this tank is going to be replaced with with another tank that'll probably be galvanized. I don't think it'll be stainless. I don't think I can afford a stainless tank for it, unless some benefactor comes along and gives us money for a tank. But at the very least, we can get a galvanized tank. And galvanizing is zinc. Zinc is one of the anode noble metals, and the zinc will protect the steel. That's how galvanizing works. It's the same principle as the anodes here. But I thought you'd be interested in seeing. I was just blown away by just how much it ate away at that anode in the season that we ran. So there's a lot to this stuff here. It's a constant battle. The very medium that makes these things live is also at the same time trying to destroy them. Water, the universal solvent, is trying to convert this thing back into iron ore a little bit at a time. And, we've got all these little tricks and gimmicks to try to keep it looking like a steam locomotive and not a pile of rust. With the anodes, with the water treatment, with, everything that we do, paint, coatings, and all that, to try to keep locomotives, from rotting away. So, well, that's about all I've got for today. I'm going to head back home. I've got family coming in for Thanksgiving, and I'll probably take a rare day or two without working on the narrow gauge project. I know. It's hard to believe. All right, I will talk with you all later, and happy Thanksgiving.